these are suggestions or requests video for some features I feel should kind of change the way they work in Subtitle Edit 5 and beyond. Now, I love what's been added in Subtitle Edit 5, a bunch of tools, but a couple of things feel they need to they're like missing something. So I'm going to begin with something like let's see, let me get a video. Let me actually get a video. Just open it up and then just get some subtitles here. Work with that. Now, the first issue here is could be a non-issue, but it's an issue. If I go to Tools, AI Review, and let's say I want to download whatever model is right here. If you've not yet downloaded it before, then for you to download, for example, Llama CPP engine and this particular model, you may not really understand, or you may ask yourself, where is the download button? So it would be awesome if we actually got a download button right here, or even just right click on it to get the option to download. Now, for you to download this right now, you need to click on Review, which does not really make a ton of sense. So if you click on Review, it gives you this notification. It would be easier to actually have the download options right here, maybe somewhere here or here, depending on where this makes sense. And this video is more or less about downloading different models, and it's something I feel is kinda redundant per se. Now, that was the AI review tool. If we go to speech to text and we focus on something like let's say Whisper. So if we download Whisper, download this particular version, you can see the backend is Vulkan. That's what I've selected from the drop down. So what it's going to do is download the Vulkan version. If I click on CPU, I need to click on download again for Whisper CPP again. Now let's see, you see the download button comes back on. Let's see if that happens with Vulkan. That's okay. You see it does not come up. QBlast, it comes up. Now there's a place I'm going to with this particular one, because I feel that this particular backend option also needs to be included in some of the other automatic like speech to text engines. So this one is downloading, probably is a little bit bigger than the rest, but having a backend like this that is easily selectable is something that I feel is important in this particular more or less window. So and I know this is going to kind of affect a couple of things depending on what you choose. Obviously, I think this should be an addition to anything that has a backend for this, but that might be slightly controversial, because something like Crisp ASR has the different backends for Parakit, but when you try to download, it gives you the option for CPU, CPU standard, and all that. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. So this is done right there. It's unpacking the speech to text engine. Let's just give it a couple of seconds. So it's available. So whatever version I choose any other time, it is going to be available, which is really awesome. But now here's the problem. If I come to something like Crisp ASR and select it, we have the backend of Parakit. And if I click on this download button, we get the option to select a version to download, CPU, Vulkan, CUDA. If I click on this CPU, I get the option to download the standard or legacy, whatever. I'll click on standard, and this is a small file. It's going to download fast. There we go. It's already available. But now I wish we now had the option to kind of select what we want to use, like what we have in Whisper CPP, either CPU, CU, Bilas, or whatever, Vulkan. Now we go back to Crisp. You may think there's nothing else you can use, but if you click on the gear icon, you have to click on re-download to go to Vulkan. Let's say we go with Vulkan. This one seems not to be too big. You can download it, and then it's going to unpack. That's okay. Now let us close. there is nowhere to select it. That's the issue. Click on it again, re-download CUDA. Probably this one might be a little bit big, but now the point I have here is, if we choose Crisp ASR, can we have like something before the parakeets, before the other fan ASR and whatever come in right here? Can we have these options also available as selectables? Because sometimes we may need to use the CPU version of Crisp ASR or Vulkan or CUDA, depending on whatever you're running on your computer, and maybe how fast you need some of these results. That is the subtitles. I wish this is something that can be easily done, and maybe it's the naming convention that might need to change, because we can't have the backend being Parakeet and then have the backend being CUDA. Something needs to be added somewhere here, and because this seems like interfaces that change, then we could add something here. So let's wait for the Crisp ASR CUDA to be done. And then we're actually going to see what this really means, because in this particular situation it's more of a downloading some of these things. Because let's assume you wanted to use Crisp ASR CUDA, but you've not yet downloaded it. It would be important to actually see that you have it and you have already downloaded it, with also green icons more or less to show that whatever in quotes you're using is already available. So you can see it there. Let us close. And if I come here, what I meant is, if with Whisper CPP, all I need to do is just click on that, and then you can choose. Now, when it comes to Whisper with Crisp ASR, you actually don't know if you're on Vulkan, if you're on CPU. You don't know what more or less it's on, whatever it is right there. So that is something I would highly recommend. We also get right here, just move some things slightly up a little bit and just put whatever it is, the naming convention on that is. So that's something I actually have a slight issue with, because it would be important to actually know which Crisp ASR am I using, and then have it up to date. And then, for example, here the CPU should have like a green because it's already downloaded. The CPU BLAS should also have a green, and then we have the Vulkan should have a green because it's already downloaded. That would make things much easier. Now, the last issue more or less is on text to speech. Now, this is where I kind of also have an issue, because let's say I choose something like Kokoro TTS, and now all this is available because I've downloaded Crisp ASR, so that's good. But let's click on Kokoro TTS, and to download, obviously click on the gear icon. A download button wouldn't hurt. Click on this and then click on download. Yes, download the latest, that's okay. And then it's going to download Kokoro text to speech. Right there, it's up to date. Now I'll click on close. The issue I have is, if you don't know what you need to do next, or you're in a hurry and you don't know that you need to generate speech from text, yes, the button is clear, but the question is, you assume the voices are already there. They're not. Because it's your first time using it, if you click on generate speech from text, the first notification you'll get is to download the models. Now, I wish this can be added somewhere, even if it's this gear icon, but the gear icon does not show anything. Even if it is just somewhere here, right click or something or just something clear, a button to show that you need to download the voices. For example, this 1 or 3 voices could be download the voices or something, whichever it is. So for you to use or to download, you first of all need to click on this and then download the models. Now, this would end up being more or less a time wasting affair, especially if you do not know that this is available, because the generate speech from text feels like I'm ready to do this because I've already downloaded the engine, and the assumption somebody would have is that the voices are already available, ready to go. So I wish this can be updated so that it actually reflects what is on the ground. So those are just my thoughts on a couple of things that I feel should kind of change a little bit when it comes to some of these features. That is the AI review tool, the speech to text, and also the text to speech right here. I don't know what are your thoughts are on this, but those are just my thoughts on this particular topic. So you can see you have to wait for that. But let's assume, let's just cancel. I don't want to do it. Let's just assume it's something that you wanted to do. It's always good to know. If I click on this, Kokoro is there, or let's say Quen, right there. You see, for example, for this one, you have the button. So it's actually good that I did that, because now for this one, we have the voices. Let's see, Omni Voice. It also has the option, but I don't see the option. Cloning runs on CPU. Okay, good to know that. Click on this to download. That's okay. Now the voice is just one voice. Okay, that's okay. That's okay with that. And then let's see anything else right here. Chatterbox. You see, for the others they have. Can we also have this on Kokoro TTS? It's good that I've actually looked at the others. Zonos. If I click on this, yes, Zonos, you also need a model. Can we have the model option available as well? Vox, this one has it. Cozy, this one has it. So it's more or less like an isolated situation right there for Zonos. And then we've got Omni Voice, the default voice. Obviously this one you might need to click on this. And then let's see, Piper, download. Yes, download the latest Piper. I don't think this is a big one. Let's see if it actually gives us that option as well, but I don't think so. Close and generate speech from text. So okay, that's okay. Piper, it's downloading the voice, Alan. So you see, it would be awesome to actually get the option to download the voices. Just close this. Now that was that, and I've also mentioned something like right here in another video, the open video from URL. This button should probably be wherever, or just get a notification when there's something new for the download yt.dlp. But those are my suggestions, stroke thoughts, stroke requests for the AI's review feature, to have the download button somewhere there, and also the speech to text. If it's Whisper, we have this backend and all that. But when we go to something like Crisp ASR, we have the backend Parakit, but we also have CUDA, Vulkan CPU. It would be awesome to actually have all those available somewhere here to kind of use when one needs to use them. So that's it for this video. I hope this will help make Subtitle Edit a better application. Thanks for watching.